Hello guys, so today we are going to have a little tutorial how to make a hill like this one. And yeah, it's a great piece for gaming. Hills and wargaming miniatures go hand in hand, and you can make it yourself. And these are foam, not any kind of foam, it's a more dense foam. Builders use in the walls on your what do you call it where you wash yourself, bathroom, yes, bathroom foam. So it's really dense. You can see no pores there, and what you want to do is take your X-Acto knife or hobby knife or whatever. Make sure you have a fresh blade on it, and be aware this blade will be dull as afterwards. And then you just work in, you carve in your piece how you want it. Maybe you want to draw a little before you cut into it, and then you cut your rough shape, and then you have to just work the bits. This started as a rectangular shape, and I just had to use the knife over and over and over again. And yeah, it's going to be somewhat messy, but having a vacuum cleaner or something like that will be really fine. And you just have to work a lot of angles, and maybe go back, take a break and go back and look at it and work some more on it, and have it look like try to be inspired by old bark, how the bark looks, and make it look like old bark. Yeah, no, it sounds funny, but this end piece looks, I think, like a rock now. And then what you're going to do then are put on cheap black paint. Find acrylic paints or something, yeah, and just work it in. And then you have to put on the browns on top of this, where I want to have more of a dirt kind of look. So yeah. And then I used this one, and then what I did was go back and find a white one and just dry brush everything. And when that's done, everything's dry, I put on PVA glue, school glue, the white stuff that when it's cured it's going absolutely clear. Put that on, the wood glue, PVA glue. And the next trick is I go outside and find sand. Yeah, regular sand, dry sand, and just turn it upside down and put it on the ground and have the sand on it. Alright, let that dry completely. The next step I did was I have a bottle you can spray with, and spray just water on it to moisten up the sand that I put on. Remember, this must be dry. And then again get back and put on PVA glue and dab it around with a old brush that I'm never going to use to anything else but terrain. If you painted your house or whatever, you have old brushes, you probably kept them and thought you were going to use them again. Guess what? You're going to use them again on making terrain. Use that, and this will really harden the sand so it won't get off. And then I went back, and I have kind of a lot of colors. Grass, this is a light green, and this is a dark green. And I started painting with them. So the light grass I dabbled around on the edges, on the outside and inside. And then I put the darker green in the middle. And in here I wanted it to look like people maybe have gone up to this hill, making a path. And for that I used a white sand, this one, but you can probably find it on a beach or everything, and just dab it on. When that's done, I put on, moist it again when I'm completely dry, and dabbed on more PVA wood glue on top of this. So this is going to be there so I can use it over and over and over again in the games I play. And the last thing I did was on the rims here, I go back with my browns to make it look dirt. And of course you can work more on this if you want to. You can put on brushes, small pieces of flowers maybe. Let's see. So you can put on flowers if you want, and if you can stick on trees and everything to make it look more alive, or on top or whatever. So you have a lot of options dressing it further, but I wanted a really plain hill just to play on. And you can see I'm just going to grab this auger, and you can see the height of this was really nice too. So he can hide behind it, or he can stand on top, and you can have depending on how you cut this phone, it's how many you can put on. And I made one slope with grass, so it's indicating you can go on top of it. Of course the miniature is not going to topple here, so I wanted it kind of steep, so not too much here to walk on, so the footprint of this terrain on the table is not too big, so it can be used. And in a 6x4 table you're playing on, this will take about, if you make squares, 6 squares, this will put roughly in 1 square of that 6 square. If you know what I mean. What I'm talking about, I don't know. Alright, so this is I know a pure excuse for a tutorial. I really wanted to show you how I work it with knife and everything, but I don't know how I'm going to set up the camera to capture it really good, and I don't know if the effort of the work put into that video would be worth it. Okay, comments below if you want to see me work on making this type of hill. If I get, I don't know, I don't have any goals of number, but if you know, like 5 people want me to really work this and show it on the camera, I will. Alright, so thank you for watching, and yeah, bye now.